A story that we began yesterday when we spoke about the Nedbank results and the kind of issues that they've been seeing in their alliance with Ecobank. And we also had other interviews where we spoke about how the alliance has been working. Let's continue in that vein and talk about an assessment. Now, you heard that alliance. Assess for us. Has it worked? Has it not worked?
Absolutely, Godfrey. We've been very delighted with the results thus far in terms of the assessment. You know, the relationship has grown. We announced, when we announced the alliance, we've said, you know, there's great chemistry between the parties. You know, we're a great fit. You know, we're going to be operating across 35 countries. And but now we have to make it work, you know. And initially we have consummated this alliance to really be a support for the Nedbank corporate clients that are moving into Africa. And that is something that we read in the press every day. You know, more and more corporates are saying we're moving to emerging markets. You know, Africa is a compelling case. And as Nedbank, we are one of the leaders in South Africa in terms of supporting the corporate clients and the multinationals specifically. So we've had to put something together and consummate this alliance that can provide those clients of ours a banking platform in the largest footprint in Africa.
Yeah. Now, we speak of an alliance, and yet normally when we talk about banks getting into other geographies where they don't normally operate, they either open an office or they go in for an acquisition, or if not, you rarely do you hear of alliances.
Sure.
Yet this one remains an alliance. Is there scope beyond the alliance?
Yeah, I think there's always scope. I think we've carefully decided to go for the alliance route. In terms of going into Africa, Africa is not an easy place to do business. You know, for any business, it's difficult to operate in such diverse circumstances. You know, different legal systems, and we've decided that we need to be in Africa. But the best way forward is for us to go with a partner that has been in Africa for some time and understand the lay of the land, have been there, and you know, can teach us about Africa. Yeah. So that's why we've gone the alliance route, is to be conservative, but also overnight be able to provide our clients with a banking platform. Right. You know, if you go up and you do the branch opening or you go for a rep office, you know, those things take time. You know, the regulatory things that you have to go through in terms of applications, it takes time. So that would not have been an answer for us, for our corporate clients, to support them there. Right. So from being in 5 countries overnight, forming the alliance, we've been able to provide our clients with the largest banking platform in Africa. So how do you develop, how do you deepen this relationship going forward? I think what's more important is, you know, before you start deepening in terms of the true sense thereof, you know, you have to look at the various policies and the operating policies of the 2 banks, you know, the credit processes, you know, how do you actually get lending jointly into clients? How do you put this one bank concept into operation? Because that's what we've said from the beginning. We've said 2 banks, but we've got to create a one bank experience for our clients. Doing that is not easy. So, you know, we've really been working very hard in the past 2 years to provide that. Yeah. And, you know, we're in a much better position now to look at investment opportunities jointly with Ecobank in some of the countries where we've now been transacting, where we've been with our clients in South Africa. So that's really been the platform that we've laid for deepening the alliance going forward. Yeah. Now, beyond the alliance, what about Nedbank's own strategy the rest of the continent? Now, of course, we're talking about 30 or so countries where the alliance works. Yeah. Beyond those countries, does Nedbank have a strategy? Beyond the countries, are you talking about outside of outside Africa? Of the countries where you had the alliance? Yeah. Africa has got 53, 54 countries, if you can't Sudan. Sure. What we've always said is that sub-Saharan Africa is where the focus is going to be. Sure. So, you know, we don't have a North Africa where the, you know, the Egypt or North African countries, we're not interested to go in there and operate there at this current moment. So we are very focused, firstly, on the SADC countries where we have our own operations. So we want to, you know, grow those businesses and further potentially expand into the SADC region. And then with Ecobank jointly look at investment opportunities in some of the other African countries where they are to grow, but also additional countries outside of the existing footprint. So the whole strategy is now tied into Ecobank wherever you go? Yes, but we are not bound to look only with Ecobank. You know, if there's a region where only Nedbank has an appetite, you know, we're at liberty to do that. At that moment, we would still collaborate in the same way as we do with the alliance.